Hey guys, today we start with another operator. The first thing that we have seen is the arithmetic operator. Today we'll see the comparison operator. So what are comparison operators? Uh, Comparison operators are very important in Python conditional statement and looping statements. Yeah. Now this these operators are very important in conditional, that is if, else, if, which we'll see in other videos, and looping statements. Looping statements are while loops and the for loops. Yeah. Now the comparison operators are uh, also called as relational operators. Yeah. Yeah. Now we have different type of comparison operators as we had for arithmetic operators. We have seen the various type of arithmetic operators earlier, which was plus, that is addition, subtractions. Yeah. Same way, comparison operators also have different types. So let's see the different types of comparison operators. Yeah. What are they? Uh, First is the less than sign. This is less than. Yeah. Uh, Another is greater than sign, greater than operator. Other could be less than equals to. We'll see examples of all of them. Uh, this is less than or equal to. Same way, we have greater than and equal to. So this sign will change to greater than greater than equal to. Yes. Then we have is equal to. Yeah. And last we have is not equal to. Yes. Is not equal to. Yes. So these are the different types of comparison operator. Now you need to understand it. Comparison operators are binary in nature. So these are binary in nature. When I say binary in nature, it will either return true or false. Yeah, requiring two operands. So binary in nature and will always require two operands. Yeah. To compare them, you always need two things to compare, after which you can come out with a result. Yeah. An expression involving a comparison operator is called a Boolean expression and always returns a true or false. So the output of this is always true or false. Yeah. So let's start with some examples. Uh, let's start with comparison of let's start with comparison of integer numbers. So let us start comparison of integer numbers. So for an example, yeah, uh, let's assume certain values. Yeah. So I assume it to be a equals to 5 and b equals to 7. Yeah. So these are the variables that we have, and we'll try to run some comparison on it. So both operands may be Python literals, variables, or expression. Since Python support mixed arithmetic, you can have any number type operands. Yeah. So both operands may be Python literals. So we have seen the literals. If you don't remember it, you can go back to my previous videos and see it. Yeah. So I have a equals to 5 and b equals to 7. Yeah. Now let's try to print the comparison. Yes. How do we do that? I'll say print a. Let me copy something from here. Can I copy? Okay. Leave it. I'll just type it out. Is equal to comma a. So this will show me the a value. B equals to, this will show me the b value. Yeah. And I will, this time I'll try to see whether a is greater than b. Yeah. A greater than b is whether it comes up with true or false. We need to see that. Yeah. So comma a greater than b. Okay, so what this expression does is it shows me the value of a, that is 5, value of b, which is 7, and then it tries to compare, it tries to find out whether a is greater than b. Since here a is not greater than b because a value is 5 and b is 7. So let's see whether it comes up with true or false. So it should come false because a is lesser than b. Yeah. A is not greater than b. So that's why the value that comes out of it is false. Let's try another one by this time making a as lesser than b. So I'm trying to compare whether a is less than b. Yeah, true. Let's see whether a is equals to b. Yeah, false because a is not equals to b because a is 5 and 7. Both are not equal. Yeah. Let's see the next one. I say A not equals to B. So this should be true because A is not equals to B. Yeah, which is true. Yes. So this is how you compare integers to a code. Yeah. And you see that the value of the code will always come out with as an output as true or false for a value. Now let's do the same thing for a float number. Yeah, let me have the same thing copied and we do it for float number. Yeah, I try to add some 7.7. So I'm making B as float 7.7. Let me make it same 10 and 10.0. Yeah. Are they same? Literally, if you see them, they are actually same. So if I try to copy the same statement here, A is greater than B. No, both are same. So it should return false. Yes. Is A less than B? Let's see that as well. We are trying to compare integer and a float. Yes. Of integer and float numbers. Yeah. So you see this? A is less than B. No, this is coming out to be, I have, okay, I have not run this. Oh, I'm sorry. So this I have to run so that A and B values could be replaced by 10 and 10. Now we try to run this. You'll see this A is not greater than B, so it is false. Let's see if A is smaller than B. No, it is false. Is A equals to B? Yes, it is, because 10, whether it be decimal, it is 0, still it is 10. Yeah. So it is true. Yeah. Let's see if it's 10 not equals to B. It should return false. Yeah. So this is how you compare a integer and a float. Yeah. Let's integer numbers. We did comparison of integer numbers. We did comparison of integer and float. Uh, let's try to compare comparison of complex numbers. So we have complex numbers as well. Yes. So before we get into complex number, you need to know that although complex object is a number data type in Python, its behavior is different from others. Okay. Python doesn't support less than and greater than operators. However, it does support equality. So equals to or not equals to. So complex number, they do not support less than and greater than operators. Yeah. So we'll try to 10 plus 1j, and I'll try to add okay, 10 minus 1j. Yes. So I have tried to add a floating complex kind of thing. Yeah. And I have done a normal complex. Yeah. Integer complex. Let me run this. Yeah. Now, if I try to use lesser than sign, so let's use this whether it comes up with an error because it shouldn't support it. Yes. Let's see whether it helps in getting something. No, it comes up with a type error. Let's see for get a greater than as well, whether we are able to get anything from we have seen for greater than, we are now checking for less than. No, it is not giving anything. Now let's see whether it performs on the equals to and not equals to. Yeah. As we said earlier, it only supports equals to and not equals to. Yeah? So it is returning false because the complex numbers are not same. Yes. So these numbers are not same. Let me see if it's, since they are not same, this particular A not equals to B should return true because A is not equals to B. Yes. So this is how complex numbers work. Yeah. Let's try for Boolean. Yeah. Let's try to compare Boolean comparison of Booleans. Booleans. Okay. Now let's assume something. A equals to, I say, true. So this is one of the Boolean. B equals to, I say, false. Yeah. Both are not same. So ideally, A less than B, what should it return? Let me first run this. Let me assign the variables with something. So let's see what it returns. A less than B, it is false. A is not less than B. Let's see if A is greater than B. Let's see that whether if it works for a Boolean. Yes. So A is greater than B. So why A is greater than B? Because true is assumed assign the value as 1 and false as 0. So that's why if you say A less than B, it is not true. It is false because A is 1, which is true is 1 and false is 0. But if I try to say A is greater than B, it is true because A is 1. 1 is greater than 0. Sure. Let's try equals to, whether A is equal to B. Yes. So it is false. So A is not equals to B. It should come true because 1 is not equals to 0. So this is true. Yeah. So the output is true. Yeah. We have seen this for almost all the data types. Let's try something with sequence types. Yeah. Comparison of sequence types. Yeah. We know what are sequence types. Those are string. Uh, this could be string, list, or tuple. Yes. It could be anything. So let's see some examples by comparison of operators. So suppose I have now we need to first understand few things before we go ahead. In Python, comparison of only similar sequences objects can be performed. A string object is comparable with only another string object only. So a list cannot be compared with tuple. So uh, in this, the comparison can happen only with same types. Yeah, that is string to string, tuple to tuple, and list to list. Now, if I try to do something else, so suppose uh, I try to compare a list with a tuple. So if I have a tuple 1, comma 2, comma 3, yes, and I have a list which is 1, comma 2, comma 3. This is list. Square brackets are list. Yeah. And this normal brackets, the braces are tuple. Yeah. Now, if I'm trying to compare this tuple with a list, it should come up with an error because it will not support it. You see this type error? Less than not supported between instances of tuple and list. So there are different instances of tuples and list. Now, sequence objects are compared by lexicographical ordering mechanism. Now, the comparison starts from item at 0th index. If they are equal, comparison moves to the next index till the item at the. So, what happens? How the comparison will start? It will first check whether 1 equals to 1. So, first two character, if they are equal, then it moves to the next. 2 equals to 2. Yeah, right. Now, if this is different, 3 equals to 4, it can be any other number, then it will just stop it. Yeah. Let's try to do some comparison with strings. Yeah. So suppose I have A equals to bat. Yeah. And B equals to ball. Yeah. Let's try to run this. This is comparison of strings. Yes. So let's first assign this value. Then we'll do the same thing again. A less than B. Is A less than B? False. So A is not less than B because you'll see B, A. This two characters are similar, but T is greater than L. So if you go alphabetically, A, L comes first and then T comes next. So T is always higher than L. So that's why it is coming as A is less than B. No, it is false. So if I try to say if A is greater than B, it should come true because T is sorry, greater than B, it should come through. Yeah. Why? Because B and A are same in both the strings. but T is greater than L. Yeah, because T comes in alphabetical order, T comes after L. Yeah. Let's see if T A is equals to B, whether that works out. Mm, yeah, it is false. A is not equals to B. Let's see if A not equals to B, it should come true because A is not equals to B. We know that. That's why it came false. Yeah, so it is true. A is not equals to B. So this is how you compare strings. Let's try to compare tuples. So comparison of tuples. Let me assign some tuples of tuples. I'll say I'll have 1, comma 2, comma 3. Yeah, I'll make it 4. I'll make it a little higher than the next tuple. So I'll try to make the tuple here as 3. So 1 and 2 are same in both of the things. So 0th index is 1 and 1 for both. First index is 2 and 2 for both. But the second index, which is 4 and 3, where in A 4 is higher. So obviously A is greater than B. But we'll try to do it with the formula. So let's try to test whether A is less than B first. It should return false ideally because A is greater than B. But we'll see false. Now let's try to check if A is greater than B. Yes, it should come true. Yes, right? So we are getting a hang of it. Let's see whether A equals to B. No, it is not because there are some indexes which are different, elements which are different. A is not equals to B, which is true because there are numbers which are different as compared to the A. Yes. So same way you can do for list. I'll skip that. Let's do some important thing which is dictionaries. Yeah. Let's try to compare, do some of comparison of dictionary objects. Yes. Let's assign some value. So I say, let me copy this thing and assign the same thing. So copy this. Let me assign the values. We need to have curly braces as this is a dictionary. So uh, one, two. I'll not have 4. Let me put in another dictionary, which is D. Uh, Let me put it the other way. Let me put 2 in the first beginning. I'll keep 1 in the next, and I'll have 3 as well. I'll put it as 3. Yes. So I'm trying to compare these two dictionaries. Yeah. How do we compare? Again, here, same as we said for sequencing, comparison can happen. You cannot use less than or greater than operators here as well. So if I try to use less than or greater than operators to compare these two dictionaries, it should come up with an error. Yeah. So let's try this. If I have is less than B, so it has come up with an error. It is not supported by a dictionary object when you're trying to compare it. Let's try to find out whether A equals to B. Yeah. Which is not. It should come false because all the elements are different in this. Let's try to find whether A is not equals to B. Is not equals to B. It should come true. Yeah. So this is all about comparison operators. As you know, you can check this various or operators like less than, equals to, or less than, greater than, equals to, or is not equal to. So these are various type of comparison operators which you can check while performing conditional statements or looping statements. Yeah. I hope this will help you further when we get into conditional and conditional, what is decision statements or looping statements. Thank you so much.